All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about, do the police have a person of interest or persons of interest? According to a local out there, there was names that was turned in. So do they know somebody that they're looking at right now as far as the authorities? We're going to talk about that. And also, we keep hearing a lot of distraction about this picture that they put out there of them going back from Horn Island, going back to the mainland. I want to talk about this. Seems like all smoke and mirrors. Then they were talking about Ben Crump possibly getting sued, other people possibly getting sued. I honestly think all of this is a distraction, and we're going to talk about that right now. So, number one, there's a local. He claims that he knows the family. He claims that he gave Nolan his first haircut. He said that a friend of Nolan's gave police two people of interest. Listen to this.
People that names was turned in, they were the last two that people saw them with. One is a guy and the other one is a girl. And I try to tell you guys that if they can get a conviction, the local authorities will get a conviction if they can.
Okay, so you heard that. So I don't know if there's any truth to it. I'm not saying the brother is lying. I will leave the brother link in the description so you can listen to his video. I'm not saying the brother is lying, but we're all getting secondhand information. It seemed like a lot of people are just doing this. A lot of people are just talking. And that's the whole point of my video here. A lot of people are just talking. I think it's a lot of distraction going on. Oh, this person got arrested for making threats. And, well, Nolan's mother, I'm sure they're receiving threats. Nobody been arrested. This has seemed like it's all a distraction. I'm like this. Let's just keep the main thing the main thing. What happened to Nolan? Okay, that's all his family was asking for. What happened to him? They're requesting that information. There's nothing wrong with that. They want to have a thorough investigation to find out what happened to him, man. And they're conducting their own research as well. Now, there is some talk about this photo, and TMZ said, well, this photo was them. Listen to this.
What we've kind of concluded based on video that we received is that Nolan was not on that boat, that's the boat at the beginning of the trip back from Horn Island.
Yeah.
And that Nolan is not on that boat, and that's the boat that went into distress a few minutes after leaving Horn Island. Nolan was not on that boat.
Hey, this is
so that was a YouTuber getting at them. So you heard that right there. I believe we can't even authenticate that photo. We need the time. We need the metadata from that photo. Even if they give us some metadata, I'm not going to believe it. It's just all a distraction right now. And the last thing is, a lot of people are saying that Ben Crump is threatening to get sued. They're going to sue Ben Crump for this and that. Man, he has powers here that stretches, because he's advocating for his clients. Listen to this.
Anyone suing Ben Crump for defamation is probably gonna lose. One reason is a legal doctrine almost nobody knows about. Some of the people connected to the Nolan Wells investigation have talked about suing Ben Crump, an attorney representing Nolan's family. But here's what most people don't know. There's a thing called litigation privilege. It gives attorneys super broad protection for statements they make while advocating for their clients. And not just in court, but in communications connected to a case. Also, in a defamation suit, the statement has to specifically be about the person who's suing. Crump hasn't been naming specific friends. He's talked about a group of friends, Nolan's friends. That's a huge difference legally. A broad general statement usually isn't enough. He's been asked.
Okay, so you heard that. Yeah, it's suing Ben Crump. It's laughable at this point. I'm just shaking my head. It's all a distraction. I don't really care about all of the outside chatter. The main thing. What happened to him on that island? All of his so-called friends, they went home to their beds safely, back to their homes that night on the 4th of July going into the 5th. They all safely went back to the mainland. Nolan went out there with them, but he didn't come back with them. So everything else a distraction. I don't want to hear anything else. Like, as far as, Ben Crump, he's this and he's that. Okay, cool. Your opinion on Ben Crump might be valid, or it might not be, but you're still distracted though. So that's the point, guys. They have to provide something. But one thing I can tell you is they didn't come out and say yet that he drowned. They didn't say anything. They might say it later, but as of right now, they didn't say that, and that's very telling. But anyway, that's all I got for right now. Talk to you later. Peace.